Biggest winners and losers from UFC 279. Nate Diaz won against Tony Ferguson and finished the fight with a great guillotine. Khamzat Chimaev defeated Kevin Holland at the 2:13-minute mark of the first round by submission. Yet, some fans were not happy that the fight between Diaz and Chimaev never happened. Daniel Rodriguez defeated Li Jingliang by a split decision. Irene Aldana defeated Macy Chaisson by TKO. Johnny Walker defeated Ion Cutelaba by submission. And Chris Barnett won by TKO over Jake Collier. Check out his fun celebration. Fighters react to Kevin Holland's submission by Khamzat Chimaev. A few days ago, Khamzat Chimaev had one of the most spectacular performances in his career. As expected, the Russian destroyed his opponent, Kevin Holland, with a beautiful choke. After his victory, many fighters like the Thugjistu Master, Chris Curtis, Belal Muhammad, and Henry Cejudo came out to express their opinion on social networks. But few have been able to deny that Chimaev is an absolute beast. What did you think of the fight? We'll be reading you in the comments. Dana White recommends Chimaev to move up in weight. Dana White expressed his opinion after Chimaev failed to make the required weight to fight Nate Diaz. While the UFC president is impressed with Chimaev's results, he's not happy with the chaos the Russian unleashed just 24 hours before the event. That's why White would like Khamzat to consider moving up to middleweight, where he previously fought, to prevent the same situation from happening again.
I don't know if anybody to say that somebody expected that. There's no fucking way people expect.
Well, I didn't win by first
that.
round, so I had picked him in the first round. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. The question was, Khamzat kind of, he messed up the show. He misses weight. He's unapologetic for missing the weight. And like Joe asked him in the cage, like, how do you put him in a title fight if he misses weight by 8.5 pounds? So what's your reaction to it? I know you're generally pretty lenient on those things.
What was the question? What
is your reaction to putting him in a title fight at some point if he's missing weight by 8.5 pounds?
Yeah, no, it's his problem. That's a problem that he missed weight. I don't know. We gotta look at it and figure it out. And what makes sense is for him to fight at 180. So.
Khamzat Chimaev on fan backlash for missing weight at UFC 279. He says, "I don't care." Khamzat Chimaev is becoming a very controversial celebrity, but unfortunately, he might not be setting the best example for representing the organization he fights for. After coming to the scales 7.5 pounds over the weight limit, the Russian fought and defeated Kevin Holland. During that same night, the fans booed him like never before in his career. But according to Chimaev, he doesn't care about the opinion of the fans whom he doesn't consider authentic. These were Khamzat's statements.
When you debuted on the UFC and Fight Island, everybody was happy to see you. They were excited. They talked about you. You heard the reaction tonight. The fans were not happy with you. How did that make you feel? Were you angry at that? Were you sad, or did you not care?
You care about that shit? I don't care. I care about my family. I care about my career. I care about my money. So what now? The people don't live with me now. One day they're with me, one day they're not with me. So I'm real guy. So I love the people who is real, not the fake people like going one way or going the other way.
What do you think about the show Khamzat gave us? Do you think the fans' anger is reasonable, or does Chimaev deserve to be forgiven? Let us know in the comment below. Nate Diaz has no plans on not being back in the UFC after finishing his contract with a win. Nate Diaz had a bit more of a chaotic week than usual. After his opponent, Chimaev, failed to make the required fight weight, he was assigned Tony Ferguson as his opponent just hours before the event. Despite this, the UFC legend managed to seal the final fight of his contract with a victory. When asked if he will ever return to the octagon, Diaz said he has no plans to return to the UFC, at least for the moment. But he has expressed interest in venturing into other combat sports and returning as a champion. Based on his past interviews, we could see him return for a trilogy against his Irish rival, Conor McGregor.
Nate, this was the last fight on your contract. What happens now? You're obviously loved by everyone, and we would love to have you stay around. But what's in your mind?
All I know is there's been a love-hate relationship with me and the UFC the whole time I've been in this organization. But at the end of the day, I love the UFC. Shout out to Dana White, Lorenzo Fertitta, and Hunter Campbell for giving the opportunities and the platform the whole time for everybody and for myself. I feel like I'm the most, right now, I feel like I've had the longest career in the UFC, and I've had the most successful one at everybody. I outdid everybody on pay. I outdid everybody on surviving. And I wanna get out of the UFC for a minute and show all these UFC fighters how to take over and own up another sport, how you're supposed to do it. Because Conor McGregor didn't know how to do it, and none of these other fighters know how to do it. So I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna take over another profession and become the best at that. Show everybody I'm the best at that, and then I'm gonna be right back here to get a UFC title, the best title in the world.
Are you talking about boxing? Are you talking about leaving the UFC and going to boxing?
I'm just gonna show everybody how to own another sport. So all out there trying to run the other sports, boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, other MMA organizations, if you think you're the top, creme de la creme right here, I'm coming for you.
Conor McGregor responds to Nate Diaz's post-fight criticism of his boxing career. He says, "You're nothing without me." Nate Diaz made some controversial statements about McGregor. After his spectacular victory, the American criticized the Irishman for his performance during his debut against Floyd Mayweather. In response, McGregor took to social media to remind his rival who the real king is, and he did not miss the opportunity to criticize Ferguson. Johnny Walker was kicked out of the arena at UFC 279, and Dana White explains why. Johnny Walker had a spectacular night. The 30-year-old fighter managed to snap his losing streak with a big win. Unfortunately, things took an unexpected turn for the Brazilian. According to his trainer John Kavanagh, both he and Walker were forced to leave the arena without Johnny even being able to put on his shoes. In addition, they even were denied the right to stay and watch the rest of the fights.
So here we are back at the Johnny still has his gloves on. Didn't get a chance to get changed.
They kicked me back to the hotel like, you win the fight, come back, motherfucker. I didn't take my gloves off.
In response, White said he was unaware of it and assumed it must be some COVID-related protocol. Finally, the president of the UFC has stated that he is convinced that the organization would never throw a fighter out on the street, much less barefoot.
John Kavanagh put out, did you see the tweet that he put out before I asked you about the fights? He said that he and Johnny Walker were forced to leave the arena. Johnny had no shoes on. They weren't allowed to stay, watch the fights or anything. Do you know what went on?
I don't. Lene just told me a little bit about it before we walked in here. I guess ever since COVID, they started this thing where they get the fighters right out of here. I don't know why that happened or what happened. I mean, we're not throwing Johnny Walker out in the street shoeless, I'm sure.
There was a picture of him with no shoes on leaving the arena.
We fucking threw him right out in the streets, huh?
Yes, apparently.
It's rough around here. I don't know.
That's all for today, guys. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.